Greetings, Glitter Gang. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, October 22nd. This is the second part of the show at 9 p.m. And we just finished decorating the entire waterfall piece, which is the front cover of our album. So we've got our doors that open, and now here's our full layout. So we have now added the spooky potion row. We've cast a spell that's torn a hole in the universe. You can see another galaxy peeking through. We've got our smoke from our cauldrons looking beautiful there. And then of course our wonderful waterfall that is now complete and showcases all the papers from the collection and gives you a couple places to use your cards. So the front cover is now complete, and we are going to move on to the back cover and do the construction for the back covers element. So we're going to flip it over, and now we have to get the planner book. I have a pretty strong idea of what I want to do, but you know, I'm gonna have to get some measurements and stuff. Okay. All right, so this is the Squawktagon, and let's measure this back piece so we know what we're working with. So I think whatever element we make should be 8.5 by 11 and no larger, but we can make it a little scooch smaller if we want to. Before I get into this, I just want to give my new disclaimer, which is that the video card that powers this show is slowly dying and we cannot get a replacement in a timely fashion. What this means is that occasionally shows may just end because the video card has crashed. If that happens, what it'll look like to you is that it just cuts off suddenly without warning, and then there's nothing after that. And that just is what it is. Once the video card crashes, so far we have been able to recover the videos and recover the card and keep going, but that's a process that takes several hours. So if I do cut off suddenly, assume the video card crashed and that the show is over for the night. Otherwise, you know, if I give an ending, then, you know, the show was normal and the card didn't crash and everything's good. The soonest that I can have a computer that can have a working video card would be November 12th show. So this is just going to be something we have to deal with for a little bit, but it's either deal with it or not have any shows. And I figured we'd rather deal with it. Okay. So for this one, I think I want to do, I'm thinking that I want to cut like a half moon shape and have a flap that has like a half moon shape, and then have another flap that comes down and tucks under it like that. But I also want to have side flaps so that so it's like it would look like this when it was open. And so that's what I'm thinking. And what to put in it, I don't know. But I think we'll make it a 1/2 inch thick, like we made the one on the front. So that's this one. This one is a 1/2 inch thick. So I think we also make this one a 1/2 inch thick, and maybe we just put some mini layouts in it. Like just like a stack of 3 mini layouts. And that would be fine. We could do that. All right, so we need one piece of, this is all cardstock. So we'll need one piece that's 8.5 by 11. And that's the base. Then we'll need for the sides 2 pieces that are 6 by 11. And actually, let's make them 10 3/4, just so that there's room to close them in easier. So that way they'll close in easier. And those are the sides. And then we'll need 2. These 2, we can make them the same length, but they have to overlap a good bit so we can get that half moon in there. And so we want it, it's what, it's 11. So 5.5 would be half. So let's give it another 1.5 inches. So that would be 7. And then we need another 1.5 inches on top of that for the flap and everything. So it would be 8.5. So they're 8.5 by 8.5. 8.5 by 8.5. And we'll call these the flaps. And then let's do 3 8x10s for the inserts. Okay. So oops. I'll give you a close-up so you can get a screenshot of the instructions. I'll just let it sit there for 3 seconds. All right. And we'll zoom out. All right. So we've got our instructions. It is a pretty smooth zoom. I'll definitely give the new camera that. Okay, so I'm going to set the base to the side. And we will start building this. And this video will probably only be the construction of this. But that's okay. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to take my measurements and go cut on my rototrim, and then I'll be back. And okay, so these are the 3 8x10 pieces. I'm going to set them aside because I don't need them right now. We won't need them till we get to the decorating phase. And I'm going to get my scoreboard and tell you how to score all of these. All right, so the 8.5 by 11 is not scored. That's the base. The 6-inch pieces are scored on the 6-inch edge at 4.5 and 5. And there are 2 of these. And the 8.5 are scored at 7 and 7.5. All right, so that's all the scoring. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the 2 pieces that are 8.5 and the base, and I'm just going to try and figure out like where they meet. So I'm going to fold them on that first score line so I only see the 7-inch part, and I'm just going to hook them over each other. Wait a second. 7. If I make them 7.5, I can put a 5 by 7 portrait on each of these. That might be better. Let's do that. All right. Change. 8.5 by 9. So 8.5 by 9. Now, rather than waste these, I'm just going to use them by scoring them again. I'm just going to score them at 8. And I'll just have a smaller attachment flap. Just going to gently kind of burnish out where I already scored it. I can't get it completely erased, but you know. Okay, so I've now adjusted those. Yes, no, 7.5 and 8. Scores are at 7.5 and 8. Yeah, on a 9-inch piece. 7.5 and 8. Yep. My tab just looks smaller because I didn't recut mine. Okay. So what I've done is I've hooked these onto each other because I need to just make a pencil line on this one where my little half moon needs to be. Okay, so it's got to be cut down to here, and in fact I'm going to cut it like a 1/4 inch deeper, that way I don't have to like worry about jamming up against it. So I'm now going to trace a 1/4 inch line here. Okay, so I'm going to erase the line that I don't want so I don't confuzzle myself. All right, now just because I'm super nice, I'm going to tell you how far in this line is. 3 3/8. Okay, so this line is 3 3/8 inches up from the score, the first score. Okay, the first score. So this is the 7.5 inch score, 3 3/8. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make this into something that'll hold this flap. And so I just need to trace something. What if we did this cemetery? But not like actually cut out the cemetery, but make a half moon that will incorporate the cemetery. You know. So we just need to make it big enough for the cemetery so that the cemetery will be chilling on the thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tape and cut the cemetery now so that you know, it's done basically. And I know exactly what size it is without all the white overhang. All right. So, burnish. Okay. And now we cut. I have a couple like tiny little areas I need to get with the craft knife first. Anything tiny like this, it's better if you cut it first. And just like when you're cutting with scissors, with your craft knife, keep your cutting hand straight and move your paper. And that helps a lot. And then just patience. just takes patience. I switched over to the grass because I'm afraid I'm going to forget it if I don't do it next. So I'm just gonna modify the grass a little bit. That's the other thing. When you're fussy cutting, if something goes awry, you know, just adapt. No one's going to be comparing your grass to the grass from the paper collection. Well, I used to call it, what did I call it? I didn't, detail cutting. I didn't like the term fussy cutting because I find that because I think fussy has a negative connotation, and I don't think this type of cutting needs a negative connotation. It just takes time. Just takes patience. It's not a race. There's no deadline. It's supposed to be fun. Enjoy the process. Just put on something you enjoy, whether that be music or a book or a movie or a TV show, and just relax into the process. Almost done with the hard part. All right, so I've got all the inside pieces cut now. I can use my scissors and go a little bit faster. And don't stop believing that you can do it. Someone ban Emma, or Ella, sorry. Ban her. Get the ban hammer. Ella wants the corner. She does. She does. She wants to go in the corner. She wants to go in the corner where the disco ball is, and the journey never ends. See what I did there? See what I did there? Poor Ella. Look, no, not poor Ella. Ella's an adult and she knows what she did. She knows what she did. You know that saying that the door to hell is locked from the inside? So is the corner. So is the corner. Everyone in the corner wants to be there. Man, this grass is annoying. I'm going to text Kathy and be like, what the F with the grass? Stop it. Get some help. Don't make tiny grasses now. Like, she'll just tell me to use my scan and cut. Ugh. She better not type the word scan and cut to me. Remember when I said the hard part was over? That was a joke. I was telling a Halloween joke. Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, look, if you want me to use your paper, you're gonna need to send me a bag of cut things. It's too hard. I can't do it anymore. Yeah, those were jokes. Those were jokes. When I was like, just relax and enjoy the process, it's fine. That was all lies. That was all lies. I did tape it. All lies. I'm a fraud. As soon as I have to cut a little tuft of grass, it's all over. Well, she won't, not only that, but like she won't know how I want everything resized and which ones I want printed on the reverse. So really, you know, I think we just need to keep it simple and be like, just no more grass. No more grass. Or things that look like grass. Okay? So no grass and no things that look like grass. Yeah, she's just going to have to do everything in like 6 sizes and also backwards in 6 sizes. I think, yeah, that's a reasonable request to make. Yeah, it's totally going to happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. She's not busy at all. She's just waiting for someone to ask her to cut stuff out. Why is the scan? Well, my scan and cut only cuts half the things that I ask it to cut. It's just annoying that it just doesn't cut everything on the page. She included SVG files in her new, okay, wow. But I mean, I just I'm not a huge fan of electronic cutters. I don't like them. I don't like the way they cut paper, you know, the types of edges they leave. The scan and cut only works half the time. I just can't get into it. I'm just too old school, I guess. You know, want kids to get off my lawn. Kitty, are you gonna come say hi? Are you gonna come say hi, Kitty? Are you gonna come hi? Come hi? Come hi. Are you gonna come say hi? Back in my day, we didn't, oh, hello, Kitty. How are you? How are you? You're wet? That's weird. And you just hit me in the mouth with your tail. Thank you. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi. Come here. They don't want to see your butt. They want to see your face. Come here. Come on. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Fine. I won't try to move you. Come here. Come here. Come over here. There you go. Look, she got little wet footprints on my paper. Must be raining, or she was playing around in the pool. Probably raining since her back is also wet. It's funny because we were just talking about that today, and Liz Liz was like, she's not sure if the cats can move out, you know, like, or if they would be traumatized because you know, they're used to having people around them 24/7, and they wouldn't have anyone around them during the day because oh wow, we're settling in. We're settling in. Did you almost barf on me just now? Did you almost barf on me? Did you? Did you almost barf? Did you almost throw up on me? Oh, did you? Did you? Look how much better you can see that Kitty is actually kind of brown underneath with the new camera. Hi, Kitty. How are you? Oh yeah, you're just like, you're out now. She's asleep. I can see her creepy eyelids. She's got my bone folder. Kitty, you're a little early for this. Okay? Just a little bit early, buddy. Just a little bit. I'm sorry. I know I invited you up here, but I guess I have enough space right here to craft. Do we know where my cemetery is? Look at that. I was able to put my hand right on it. It's now covered with cat fur. But that's okay. All right. All right. All right. You're okay. You're okay. I'm going to just take this also though. Okay. Just give me that. Just give me that. Okay. Thank you. Oh no, I need this one, Kitty. I'm very sorry about this. I'm just gonna, all right, there we go. There we go. All right. There you go. All right. You can, oh, okay. I'm sorry, Your Majesty. So she thinks that maybe, like, maybe Tiny Cat could move out, but she just doesn't think Kitty can move out. And Kitty and Tiny Cat might have to move back in if she couldn't cope. So I just have a feeling I'm going to end up with 2 cats. That's my feeling, but that's okay. That's okay. They've kind of become like a part of the show family too, so. Look at the sleepy kitty. You ready for bed? Do you want me to come down and snuggle with you? Is that why you're up here? Now, we've noticed, not for you. No, not for kitties. We have noticed that Kitty, hi. Hi, Kitty. I know, she's staring at me because I'm not petting her. Okay. Guess what I finally remembered to get? Guess what I finally remembered to get, everyone? Yeah? Do you wanna eat that? It's moving. It moved. All right, so I'm just going to temporarily tape the cemetery down to keep it from sliding around. And then I'm going to use my French curve. And I finally have a French curve. Actually, I'm going to bring it a little bit closer in, I think. Yeah. Oops. That's not going to work. Because this is too... Okay. I have to kind of split the difference and go in the middle. Only because of how high this one is. So let me erase the lines that I'm not going to use. All right, so I think what I want is I want an oval die. I think that's what this needs. Hold on. All right, let me go look for an oval die that's big. I think I do have large ovals. I want to see if I can find an oval that cross will fit in. Will I be successful? You know, who knows? But it's kind of hard to get an egg shape. These are the Spellbinders Grand Nestabilities, the grand ovals. Okay. All right, so I think this is the one. Now, that way, Huff. She's like, boof. Okay. Now, I don't like how it cuts in and has that egg shape at the bottom. So that's where I can just use the same die to kind of trace that out. Okay. And give it a straighter side. All right. So now that I have this, I'm going to, I wonder if my chat is dead because no one is talking, but maybe I'm just, all right. It could be that my chat is dead. The stream is still working, so that's good. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, my chat froze, so I got the new chat. I think I'm okay. I think I got sent into a cornfield. Yeah, I mean, whoever you were already planning on voting for is usually who you thought won. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take my 1/16 hole punch and I'm going to punch a hole right at the bottom of where my cut is. So my cut ends on in a circle, and that's just going to keep it from tearing, or help keep it from tearing, I should say. Okay. All right, so now what I need to do is I need to make a little template of this because I'm going to need it to trace, you know, to make it smaller for when I go to put my oval here. I'm sorry. That was really messed up of me. You're right. Okay. You're fine now. All right. So I'm just going to get a scrap paper. Yeah, we have early voting. I need to go. Sorry. I'm sorry. Is she eating my new favorite eraser? Are you eating my new favorite eraser? Are you doing that? The eraser made her mad. For sure. Do you hate it? You can't see it now, can you? Oh. You gonna kill it? You gonna kill that eraser? That eraser woke you up from your little slumber, didn't it? I'm gonna just take this away from you. It's too dangerous for kitties. Too dangerous for kitties. All right. Now that I have this traced, okay, I don't have to finish decorating this page yet. So I can do the assembly. Nah, if she'd gone after the mouse, that would have been 2 on the nose. Are you gonna bother Tiny Cat though? I don't know. She looks like she's gonna murder something right now, but I don't think it's Tiny Cat. Like, you can see her tail thrashing. Something's got her attention. And she's off. Okay, so on the underside of all the flaps, we're going to put tape. Let me see. I think Tiny Cat might be in the curtain. So she's hunting Tiny Cat through the curtain. Okay. And then I'm going to put tape around the edges of this. This is the 8.5 by 11 base. All right. Okay, so now I just need the 3/8 inch tape for the little tiny ones I had to cut down on the sides. Yours will be an inch, but mine are not an inch. Okay. And oh, I guess I didn't need to put tape on those at all because whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. Burnish all your tape. So yeah, I missed some of the chat because my chat froze, and then when it refreshed, I didn't have the whole chat anymore. But I missed if you were talking about the cats leaving or not. I didn't see if there were any responses to that. But yeah, it's so funny because we did just talk about that today. So I'm going to start with the top and the bottom. So I'm going to peel the tape off the top and bottom of the base and off the top and bottom of the flaps. But yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up with the score line, leave a hair in between the edge of your cardstock and the score line. So you want to see a line of cardstock in between the edge of this cardstock and that score line. And that's the top. And it'll be like so. And then same thing on the other side. Always leave a line. You want to see a hair of cardstock in between the edge of your cardstock. And then if I've done this right, yeah. Tucks right in. All right. And then we'll have, you know, something in the background here. Maybe the witch is flying. And then we'll have our little graves. And then something down here. We'll put that moon paper behind it, maybe. We'll figure it out. So that'll be cute. Okay, so now we're going to peel the tape from the sides. And the tape from the side pieces. And then these, same thing, but center. You're going to try to center them top to bottom. Okay. So they'll come in. and be underneath. And I'm going to flatten this one down just so I can line the two sides up with each other. Okay. All right, so they're going to go like so and like so, like this, and then that's the back. All right, so, and then the back, so that's how the back is. So what we're going to do is I'm going to leave it detached. Okay, we're going to decorate it next week, and we'll just keep continuing on with this project until it's done. So yeah, that's the construction for the back of the album. So that's going to look so cool once we finally get it all done. All right. So next week we are going to decorate this piece. That'll be in the next video. Then also next week is the discussion of A Man Called Uva. That's the book club. So if you don't want to be spoiled for that book or for that movie, make sure you read it or watch it before next week. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. All the links are in the video description for all the supplies used and all my links to where you can find me on the internet. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Bye now.